Hello everyone, meet Infernus, the fiery hot bartender. Infernus is a mobile hero who rewards precise aim and smart ability usage. If you enjoy explosions and setting the battlefield ablaze, Infernus is the hero just for you. With his signature finger gun and his flaming hot abilities, he ignites his enemies and watches them burn away over time. His finger gun fires automatically at a high rate, with noticeable recoil during sustained fire. While there's minimal horizontal recoil, the weapon drifts upwards during the first few shots, so make sure to gently pull your mouse downward to counteract the initial recoil. With his first ability, Napalm, Infernus spews out an incendiary mixture in a cone in front of him where he aims for up to 20 meters, coating all enemy targets it hits with napalm. When hitting enemies, it deals a burst of 50 spirit damage to them and applies a 35% movement slow for 4 seconds, as well as amplifying the damage they take by 20% for 8 seconds. Napalm can hold charges, but starts with just one. The cooldown between charges is 6 seconds, and it takes 25 seconds to regenerate one charge. The initial burst damage scales with spirit power, improving its damage by 0.3 for every point of spirit. Once fully upgraded, the ability can hold up to 2 charges. Infernus is granted plus 10% lifesteal against targets coated by napalm, and the damage amplification gets boosted to 40%, as well as reducing the healing of coated enemies by 33%. Let us now have a look at his second ability, Flame Dash. When cast, Infernus starts running forward for 3 seconds, leaving a flaming trail behind that damages enemies standing in it for 40 spirit damage per second. The flame trail has a 4.5 meter width and stays on the ground for 4 seconds. While flame dashing, his movement speed is fixed to 12 meters per second, which can be accelerated to a 20 meter per second move speed when holding down the W key. Keep in mind, you're not able to shoot, but you can use your abilities and items, making way for combos with your other skills. While Flame Dash is active, Infernus also has a 50% slow resistance, helping him maintain his speed while setting the ground ablaze. After starting his sprint, the ability goes on a 38-second cooldown. The damage portion scales with spirit power, improving the damage over time by 0.7 for every point of spirit. With all upgrades, enemies burned by his trail have their fire rate reduced by 30% for 6 seconds, the damage per second is improved to 80, and it enables the ability to hold charges, as well as lowering the cooldown to 23 seconds. The cooldown between charges is 20 seconds. Let us now move on to his third and passive ability, Afterburn. Once unlocked, Infernus' Finger Blaster builds up a burning effect on the enemy with every shot that hits. When landing a body shot, the target receives a 9% buildup per bullet. When landing a headshot, the buildup is improved to 15%. The buildup is affected by damage falloff over range, meaning you build Afterburn slower over bigger distances. As soon as the buildup hits 100%, the enemy suffers 15 spirit damage per second for a total of 3 seconds. As long as the target burns, every bullet and ability from Infernus that hits the enemy refreshes the burn duration, enabling you to elongate the burn duration when continuously hitting your enemies. The damage dealt scales with spirit power, improving the damage per second for 0.6 for every point of spirit. After unlocking all upgrades, burning enemies have their outgoing spirit damage reduced by 25%. The burn duration is extended to 4 seconds, and the burn damage is improved to 45 damage per second. And finally, let's explore Infernus' ultimate ability, Concussive Combustion. When activated, Infernus becomes a living bomb, charging up for 3 seconds before exploding. The explosion is centered around Infernus, and it damages all enemies caught in the 13-meter blast radius for 160 spirit damage, while also stunning them for 1.25 seconds. Once Concussive Combustion has been cast, it cannot be interrupted. After casting the ability, it goes on a 127-second cooldown. The damage of the explosion scales with spirit power, enhancing its damage by 1 for every point of spirit. When fully upgraded, its cooldown is reduced to 89 seconds, the stun duration is improved to 1.75 seconds, as well as improving the blast radius to 16 meters, and the damage is improved to 275, while also healing Infernus for 70% of the damage dealt by the combustion. If you'd like to dive deeper, be sure to subscribe so you won't miss our in-depth Infernus guide when it drops, as well as our next hero showcase. And if you want to support the channel, you can buy us a Ko-fi or become a YouTube member. It really helps us in our efforts to make these videos for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.